Negative. Solid. Um, First game back, decently solid. Maybe I missed one or two calls, but they were all really good. Uh, I'm talking about Boston strikes. So, yeah, definitely solid game. Mm-hmm. That's the league. MEFL.
Well, we have a cold night in the
Oh,
Northeast. A
God.
bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Operating from the gun, Saunders. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
From the gun on 3rd down. Saunders eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. you more with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the
If you
Jets
want to be
march
a
on
successful
down the
player in
field
Madden,
with
do
3
not do what I
plays
just
to
did.
claim the early advantage. A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught by Brown. When you talk about this Jets defense, against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Burrow going to keep it, running right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it.
That's caught inside the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's to Chase, he's got it. Touchdown Cincinnati. Jamar Chase laying himself out in the end zone. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he spins free. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Jets at 5-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is now
toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Throwing to start the drive. Saunders. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. There goes a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Looking to throw. Saunders. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Flushed out right. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on 3rd down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly. And most of the time, unsuccessfully.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Saunders. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Saunders under pressure, and they got to him again.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
I bet I did not mean to move that.
Very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
Burrow will throw.
And he will find his man Chase complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is brought down at the 20.
Right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
3rd down, here's Brown.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. McPherson's kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run the option on 2nd down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. And they go play action now. Burrow. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he is caught. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun, a give to Brown. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. McPherson's kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Saunders. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This one finds Wilson downfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Saunders. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Brown. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The give is to McLaughlin. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. An inside give, Brown. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From midfield now, Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point.
Dang near forced to run that ball all the way that drive. Too much instant pressure, bro. Literally 2 seconds and we sacked off that edge.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Saunders. Throw caught there by Willis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. He finds Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak.
Yo.
They needed to make up some ground.
Yo, can you hear me? Oh, what up, bro? Chilling, bro. Back at the Ville. Done with school.
Facing 3rd and 5.
Hell yeah, dude.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
In a franchise game right now.
To Higgins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator
like the song?
his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Bet.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Runs through the contact. And he'll go down.
Dude, it's funny. I was literally about to tell you, like, dude, isn't that video Brett sent on Instagram funny as fuck? Definitely need a break from the bag. Just fucking. I don't know if you thought that was funny or not.
But how about the guys up front, the offensive line?
Do you find that funny? I found it funny, but
the fullback to get big yardage, they really don't because he's big, strong, and powerful.
It's like the parents don't like the smell of weed. It's funny as hell. That laugh is good. What's up?
Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Reds. Much needed break. Milkle. You got it. Bet. It's a long time ago then?
Had to give to Brown on the option.
Okay.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
Yeah.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that,
shit, okay.
The lead here in the fourth quarter, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Second down and 3.
Now it's Burrow.
Man, you see instant pressure. Dude. I hate this. The game is broken for sure. There's no way that's... Oh my gosh. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. No chance to throw the ball.
Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
He finds his man complete. It's Wood. And he is going to have a...
See about a quit or something?
First down as they're
Oh, that actually is a good challenge, I keep. You just had an umpire game today, got paid $100 cash.
So that challenge
some light work.
Successful there, and that's going to cost him the first.
How many what?
Timeouts.
Oh, just 2. Basically less than 2 hours, dude. Very crisp.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker.
Around the
Good
Ville.
gain of 9 on first
Have the
down.
show at a Millennium.
Just in general, Charles, on a play like that,
Millennium
how tough
across
is it
the
for
high
the
school.
defense to account for a running back essentially being a
Pretty
receiver
close to the Ville.
downfield?
It's very difficult, especially.
Yeah, it's like the police
if the
station.
running
There's actually a
back has
baseball
skills
field there.
like a receiver,
Or the fire
and you're
station.
aware of that before the game
Yeah, it's
even
actually
begins. So
good ass
throughout
fields.
your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
This game is broken, dude.
Back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
What is this?
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he gets
You gotta call holding. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
this game is so bugged.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight
Dude,
end.
I'm back on my TV and I actually notice a big difference in the delay, man. It's kind of fucked.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2
I
on
do,
third down
but the LAN
conversions,
cable
but
is
they
not
need
going to
a
be able to
10
reach in
yards
my
here.
room, and like, it would not be good if I set it up in my room. I don't have any way to get LAN,
And
so it'd be
Burrow
laggy
will
AF.
throw again.
Just-
And that will be incomplete. So decision time now. The field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the
It
issue
shouldn't,
comes
but
in.
like,
It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer.
I do actually lag a lot.
You have to analyze
I
this
might try it
one.
again. See.
You take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
McPherson's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends
Agreed,
in 3.
hockey.
So they get the
TV
3,
delay.
but you wonder now, is that
It kind of
gonna be
makes it
enough?
unplayable
Excellent
almost.
question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown,
Sheesh.
those would be big half-moon grins
Yeah.
right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's so horrible. It's not that bad, but at least on this one, it's not that bad. But agreed.
Last time out for
It's
this
brutal.
offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of
Yeah.
their own end zone.
Yep. Let's pick this dude off.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And
Should
the
be game.
return
Fucking
stops at the 39-yard
control clock for
line.
5 minutes.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Another run for Brown on second down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line
I had
here
it before.
needing 9 yards to
Not
pick
that
up the
much.
first. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they will
I'm down.
finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard
Yeah.
line.
I think he might have an internship lined up.
All you talk about
Which is
is
something.
taking care of the football,
Yeah.
and especially with a lead here in the fourth
And I'll be down.
quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Another throw there off the mark.
Wow.
And obviously, he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him.
What
I
the
don't know what he
fuck?
thinks
Just from
going on
cursing
out
some
there,
guy out?
CD.
That's a great question in my...
That's hella
He's
weak.
gonna be sacked. They sack him
Hey, what'd you
back
say?
right
Just
at
like,
the
fuck you?
midfield
If you're a
stripe.
bitch and shit?
They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. The Jets on third down.
Nah.
They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Yeah.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Okay.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket
makes sense.
and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
One score down. Here we go.
Oh, smack.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work.
Of course,
this
dude.
defense will take over right at midfield. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Right at the 50-yard line. Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the
And that doesn't help, obviously.
Tackle on that play by Quinton Williams.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
This is Brown going up the middle. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, the objective there,
Sheesh.
yes, a positive gain, that's nice, but works some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly
Yeah,
right,
Loki.
but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw.
That is crazy, dude.
That's complete.
They reported your ass.
Taken down inside the 30.
That's so sad.
They were in zone coverage,
The fact that people are banning you for that,
you're
but then
losing
it's also sad that they're fucking reporting you for that pussy shit, bro.
Yeah, you have to be careful
Hella
how much time
sensitive
you're
bots.
giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end.
Oh my, it's the pass hella toxic, bro.
Just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Oh my.
Not totally
Oh my, so corny. I would hate that.
Come up 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's Brown.
Oh my
And
goodness.
down inside the 15 he goes.
Some nonsense.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions.
So what's the word with the story, bro? I'm still interested in that. The Brettigan. Yesterday?
Contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on
All right.
1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Okay.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now stands
At your house?
13.
Or where? Oh, dude, I've never heard of that. What the hell? No, dude. Yeah.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Bruh. Oh my.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
All right.
This is 1st and 10.
I know Nixon Alley. That's it.
Throwing to start the drive. Saunders. And
All right.
that is incomplete.
Oh wait. First of all, how do you turn off the power? Like from outside the house, or you have to?
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not quite out. So you have to figure. With under
Yeah,
2
okay.
minutes to
So that's
play,
be inside?
they need to hit on something in very short order.
Yeah.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Saunders. Over the middle, complete. It's Willis. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
Right.
As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Operating from the gun, Saunders. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold
Okay. So you're watching a movie, they pulled it?
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Oh, shit. Were they being like hella loud?
Right, don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things.
What the fuck?
That type of field position, the advantage is switched to their.
Hey, what was he trying to do? Like, go in the bathroom with your girl? Bro.
Go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Dude, that's hella creepy. He, like, heard the door or some shit? And just, like, pulled up? Okay. Alright, yeah. Damn. Little tweaky.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Reason?
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done.
Grabbed one of your towels for that?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me,
God.
you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
That is a little bit weird, dude.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting a game-winning drive?